Howdy everyone, it's Sam. I hope you're doing really well. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you so much for the continued support as always. And beside me to my left, CJ Moxley, Nick from Australia. We're here to talk about the Cowboys and Rabbitohs trial game this Saturday evening. And you think it's just a trial game? Nah, man, it's the footy. It's back. We're back already, boys.
Yeah,
Start with you, CJ, man. The one Rabbitohs supporter on this stream, mate. How the hell are you?
I'm great today. Just a lot of heavy weather outside, so hopefully I don't cut out or anything, but I've been well.
No, so far so good, man.
Awesome to be on
stream is all crisp. Good, man, good. And Nick, good sir, I understand you've had quite the busy day, man. How are you doing, dude?
Flat out, mate. Absolutely flat out, and the grind continues. I still got a few things to get done later, but big day in the office. Big day today.
Yes. Now let's just get stuck into the team news straight away. And CJ Moxley, hence you are the guest. We'll start with you first, good sir. Can you please take us through the team list news, please, man?
Right. So obviously the fullback is Blake Taff. He showed a very phenomenal run to replace Latrell Mitchell in that finals series. And I really look forward to seeing him. It's going to help him with experience even more, and I really look forward to seeing him in the trial. You got Zane Bajorak there. He's a young talent coming through the South Sydney system. He is my play to watch in the trial this week. I really look forward to seeing him. Jackson Paulo is also in here. I believe he will be the captain of the side leading this trial game. You got Josiah Caparini. He is the player I put out on the Rugby League Breakdown podcast last night to look out for. You got Richie Kenner, who has signed a training trial contract at South Sydney. He's coming back to the club for the first time in a couple of years. He will be coming back. 5'8" is Jack. Oh, what's happened there? 5'8" Jack Campanolo. He won the 5'8" in the Queensland 5'8" of the year for the Queensland Cup last year. So I'm really looking forward to see how he goes. The halfback Lachlan Ilias. A lot of pressure here on Ilias here. He is the long-term replacement for Adam Reynolds. The prop is Hame Sele, solid player. Had a few runs with injuries, but hopefully he comes back well. You got the hooker, Peter Mamazoulis. He is the successor to Damien Cook, and I really look forward to seeing how he goes. Davey Moale, he is the player that I circled to watch. We call him our very own Payne Haas, dare I say. You got Ben Lovett, solid player. I believe he won the rookie in our J Flegg last year. You got Jed Cartwright and Saliva Havili, who add that experience around the team. And on the bench, you got Talis Duncan as the 14, very solid player coming through. Can't see how he's play. Tyson Hodge, Shakai Mitchell, Shaq Mitchell. We all seen him in the All-Stars. Very good runner of the ball. Has a good offload game. Lachlan Gale, Isaac Thompson, Jacob Gagai. Some solid players also coming through. Isaiah Vavalo, if you've seen his story, very inspiring. Good to have him in the side. And Nick Mugos, Romano Cook, Shannon Gardner, and Trent Peoples, just a few players come through the junior system.
Jacob Gagai is still playing?
Yep.
I didn't even know he was around still.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
In at 19, yes. And Nick, I was going to straight up ask you, man, and thank you very much for that, CJ. Saves me from bloody talking. Nick, man, what's your initial reaction to seeing that South Sydney lineup?
It's an average team, bro. It won't do anything, and Cowboys will put them to the sword on Saturday night. That's a very average team. The only player that I'm worried about is probably Jackson Paulo out wide. We all know how good he is, and he's bulked up a bit too. It's tough. Ilias and Paulo are the only ones to really worry about against Souths. If you shut them down, you'll shut Souths down.
True. And CJ Moxley and Nick, man. So last night on the Rugby League Breakdown podcast, seen on Nick from Australia's channel every Wednesday night, we spoke about, I just gave it a quick preview of what was to come here tonight. And ironically enough, CJ mentioned the gentleman that I hope you're all seeing before you. His name is Josiah Carapani, and these are just some of the highlights that I want to show you here right now of this young man. The reason why I'm doing so, and I know a few New Zealand Warriors fans would be a little bit gutted to hear this. He is born in New Zealand, and he came through the juniors of the Warriors, and they've let this man go. And so it seems like another one has gone through the slips and now they've lost this really impressive young man, if I might say. I did watch this video earlier throughout the day, and the offloads that he's creating and the size of the bloke. He's only young, but he looks humongous, man, and he's only going to get bigger. And this is just a quick little video. So he's a New Zealand-born player, and it's just ironic in the fact that CJ Moxley actually brought him up earlier in the Rugby League Breakdown podcast last night. So CJ Moxley, man, so you've been hearing some good things about this young man coming through the juniors, bro.
Yeah, I've watched him for a while now. Obviously, I do watch the junior games. Josiah Caparini, he's a very good prospect coming through, and I do believe he will start in the future, whether that be next year. And he's also a really big bloke. I think he's about 90-something kilos, 6 foot something, and he has a good speed on him for his size. And also, he earlier in the year during our fitness test, he actually won the yo-yo test at the club. So. And I believe his beat test was about 90.1 or something like that. It's somewhere on our Instagram, but he's a very fit kid and look forward to seeing him play.
I'm kind of surprised he only weighs 90 kilos, to be honest with you. But again,
from what I understand.
He's still just so very young, man. And I just want to ask one more question, CJ Moxley. I'd like to ask, mate, if there's a particular weakness that you saw in South Sydney. What are you hoping to see that you might see in the trial this weekend? What are you hoping to see that South Sydney look to have maybe already improved on from last year, mate?
Based on last season, I think our weakness was our defence. We're leaking 20 to 30 points against average size like the Tigers, the Titans, the Warriors. And I think that's something we're going to have to fix really much, especially under a new coach in Demetriou, who's about the attack. And I do think we've got to focus on the defence, especially against a young side like the Cowboys.
I disagree, and
Go, Nick.
I don't want to stir the pot here, but your weakness last year was throwing the fucking grand final intercept and losing the game. If you didn't throw that intercept, you would have won the grand final. You would have had no weaknesses. Sorry, I had to go there. I had to go there. That was the weakness, throwing an intercept in the grand final. Outside of that, Souths didn't have any weaknesses. They were fantastic.
Well, isn't that a good thing to say, Nick, mate? So you honestly think they were that well-rounded that they don't need to sort of improve on anything. They just need to evolve now under the new coach of Jason Demetriou.
As long as they learn how to play without Reynolds and get things right with Walker, and as long as Walker can still play free-flowing footy, then Souths will be fine. But if they have to change the entire way they play, which I think is probably what's going to happen, and it might have to happen, then Souths will be a very different side this year. I just don't know. If they can move on from Reynolds quickly, they'll be fine. But I can see it going a few ways. I really can.
And that's the question. And just quietly, I can hear that thunder coming through, CJ. I think CJ got a little bit mad there, Nick, that you had to bring that back up for sure, bro. Yeah, man. So the question I want to ask in the halves, man, the thing that I want to say is, Lachlan Ilias, man, all eyes for me will be on him. Yeah, Blake Taaffe will be good, and Karapani will be good to see. But Lachlan Ilias is the man that I'm going to be vehemently watching on the South Sydney side of the fence, because if the other young man, Jack Campagnolo, comes in and sort of puts in a more commanding performance than what Ilias does this weekend, then maybe I think Ilias will still be the number 7 in round 1, but maybe there might be a few concerns and questions popping up there. And so, CJ, we've got to move on to the other team, mate. Let's bring on the North Queensland Cowboys team list. And Nick from Australia, mate, I'd like to ask you, mate, if you can see it. Can you take us through this lineup here, please, good sir?
Well, I can't say who the fullback is, but I can say the rest. Who's the fullback?
Fullback is Tom Chester.
Tom Chester, right? So the wingers are I can't even pronounce that. All right, I'll give it a crack. Latria Motorek? Is that how you say it?
Most said Drakey.
I'll give up on pronouncing some of these names already. Or Isifia. How the fuck do you say this guy on the wing?
Iosefo Balaway Raviki.
Yeah, that one. Fuck me. Yep. Can't pronounce that. Good luck. In the centers, Jordan Lip and Brendan Elliott. Halves, Jake Burke and Dejan Assi. Front row, Emre Peru and Griffin Neem. Hooker is Josh Chudley. Back row, Ben Condon and Connolly Lamelu. Lock, Riley Price. On the bench, Patrick Kafusi, Ross Bella, Bernard Lewis, Andre Nico, Nick Louis Tosser, Jaden Hodges, Caleb Milne, Zach Labart, and Cole Labart. Wow, we're gee, there's some weird names in this. I don't even know how to pronounce those wingers, but far out. It's a weird team, isn't it? It's got a bit of experience.
Nick Louis Tosser, you said, bro. Nick Louis Tosser. He's just fallen off his chair.
I can't even pronounce his fucking name.
Tosso. But
Tosser, all right.
Nick Louis Tosser.
Oh, no.
All right, let's get back on track. Back
God.
on track. So, with all due respect, and this is not me being one-eyed as well, CJ, I look at that team and I think it's a stronger team than what South Sydney are producing this weekend already. And I look at the back line. So Tom Chester in at fullback was Todd Payton's man of the match last week. And Mosa Drake and Balawa Riki are good prospects coming through. And if I can just remind everybody, I've touched on ISFO before, and he is a Rugby Sevens gold medalist from the Olympic Games last year. And so he'll be wearing the Cowboys jersey for the first time this weekend. And that's not Cowboys. This is Jordan Lip. Jordan Lip is a young man that I am so excited and crossing my fingers for that he makes his first grade debut this weekend. This season. And Brenton Elliott, we've already had our say on Brenton Elliott too, Nick. It'll be good to see him. So question without notice, please, Nick. Dejan Arce, mate, I don't recall him ever playing the game at halfback, bro.
I do.
How do you reckon? True then. Well, please continue then, please, good sir.
I can't remember what game it was, but he did play a game there last year because you remember last year, Morgan went down injured, Hampton went down injured, Clifford didn't get picked for a while. I swear he played halfback 1 or 2 times. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine for halfback. I've got no concerns about him in the halves. He'll do a job and he'll lead by example. I think he'll be fine at halfback. I've got really no concerns about that. And I just want to mention those wingers. If I was those wingers, I'd be going tomorrow to go get a fucking name change. Good God Almighty! if you think pronouncing Tino Fasul Malawi and Stefano fucking last name's very hard to pronounce. Good luck spelling them last names properly. Go change your last name, please. Jesus Christ, that is awful. That is awful.
We might have to get used to it if they're going to score doubles for us this year, Nick. Hey, maybe. So the other name that I want to bring up, and if you're a Cowboys fan watching this, we've waxed lyrical over it for the past 24, 48 hours. Josh Chudley, he's been in the game for years now, mate, and he's had a wretched run of luck. And he made his first grade debut in Canberra, ironically enough, in 2016, and he hasn't made another appearance since. The poor bugger. And he's popping on the jersey now in the trial game, and I think he's going to get a lot of fanfare this weekend, and I do hope he goes well. But I am kind of scared to ask you this next question, Nick, and CJ, I'll get your opinion on it too after Nick, please, man. Connolly Lemuelu in the second row. Nick, I want to unlock the door and unleash you there, mate. What are your opinions on that?
Do you want my opinion, or do you want me to talk maybe like it's the corner post? Like, Jesus Christ.
Up to you, mate. Up to you. Your opinion.
Right. Well, look, I heard Todd Payton last week say something about Lamelu was one of the best players on the field in the back row. Calm down. Playing a bunch of nobodies. Take it easy. We're not playing anyone big. Look, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't want to see Connolly Lamelu in the back row. I don't want to see him in first grade at all. I want him released. I will be more than happy to pay for his Uber to the Townsville airport and deport him somewhere in Sydney to get rid of him. Good God. The bloke's dreadful. He's going to move positions to back row. It will be the same problem. If he can't bust a tackle in the centers, how is he going to do it in the back row? I've got no idea. So, good luck was all I'm going to say. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't want to see it. And back on Josh Chudley. With all due respect to Josh Chudley, he's basically Cameron King 2.0. Can't go 5 games without a friggin' injury. It's terrible. It's terrible. And if he stays fit, then good luck to him. But my God, this Lamelu shit in the back row. I don't want it. I don't want it happening. I am more than happy to log into my bank account right now, transfer my money to Townsville Uber, and get an Uber sent out to him. I'll even pay for his fucking flight. I'll be more than happy to get rid of him right now.
Strike me pink, CJ Moxley. Take it away, mate. What do you reckon about Lemuelu as a second rower for this season, mate?
Not going to work. I don't reckon. His position, it's not his best position, I reckon. I don't think he's going to do well there.
Who does he think he is? Gavin Cooper? Look at him. Who does he think he is?
Gavin Cooper.
It's strange, mate, because I did say it multiple times throughout last season. He's a bit of a small figure, isn't he, to be in the centres. But then again, I've never met him in person, so he'd probably encompass my hand if we ever shook hands sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because he said yesterday on cowboys.com.au that this is a move for him for the future, man. He can't see himself moving into the centres or the back line again, and he's going to try everything he can to make a good fist of it. And hey, man, if he comes out and has a good game, then we'll keep a lid on it. But he comes out and has a good game, sort of thing. Now, Nick, man, I want to ask you about the weaknesses of North Queensland from 2021. What are you hoping to see improve, or what would you like to see happen this weekend, mate?
Well, the first thing they need to be doing is learning how to tackle. They can't tackle for their lives. Some of the tries the Cowboys conceded last year were absolutely diabolical. They were laughable. It made some of the defense last year from the Cowboys made the league Centurions in the Super League. It made them look good. That's how bad our defense was. It was dreadful. No wonder we came second last. There's a lot to work on. Defense, I think, needs to be the number one priority. I don't care about attack because here's the thing, right? The players in our squad this year compared to last year are a bit more structured. It's a bit more balanced. I think our attack will be fine. But our defense is the number one thing that we need to work on. I don't give a flying fuck if we don't even. I don't care if we go one half without scoring a try. As long as we're defending our ass off and keeping teams to under 12 points, I'll be very happy. So defense needs to improve. And I know it's a trial this weekend, and no one else will probably concede 20 points against Souths, considering it's only a trial. But defense is the number one thing that what our club needs to do for this year. Defense, that's it.
Nick, man, is it fair to say that if they leak 16 points, that's the absolute max limit for this weekend?
I'll be okay with 16. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I would be too, man. And look, it's 16 points, sort of too many in a way. But I definitely would like to see a huge focus in defence this weekend, especially with Blake Taff roaming around the ruck, man. I think.
Well, have a look at Penrith. Have a look at Penrith. I think last year they conceded about 10 to 12 points a game. That's pretty good. Now the game has sped up. It's gotten quicker, as we know. If you can concede, say, 14 points and under a game, you're pretty much doing a great job. So if we can say 16 points, I'll bloody take it. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And CJ Moxley, just back onto your South Sydney Rabbitohs, man. Attacking wise, mate, I'd like to ask you about the attack. Who are you hoping pulls it out of the fire? Who are you hoping impresses between Taff, Ilias? I mean, all three, but Taff, Ilias, and Mamazoulis. Who are you hoping sort of steals the spotlight this weekend, man?
I really want to see Mamazoulis have a run at dummy half. Obviously he'll be a dummy half, but I want to see him have a running game. Unlike Cook this year, I want to see the future of our hooker and if he has a good running game or not. I'm really looking forward to seeing Peter Mamazoulis play. And sorry, my throat. And yeah, I think most of our attack will come from the back line, though.
Yeah, dude. So let's just get into the tips now, man, because it is hard to preview a trial very well. But I think we've done a very good job tonight, guys. Thank you. And CJ Moxley, mate, who are you tipping this weekend and how much?
I'm tipping the Bunnies.
Yes.
By 16 points. I'm going 30-14. Anytime try scorer. I'm going to go with Blake Taff, first try scorer. Peter Mamazoulis.
And Nick, mate, your opinion on this game this weekend?
Cowboys 13 plus. I reckon Cowboys by 20. Brendan Elliott double and Ben Connon to score first.
Fuck's
Yo,
sake. If
nice,
he
man,
scores
nice. I'm going to tip North Queensland. I think we can keep them to 12 points, and I think they'll be able to score about 24 points to 12 scoreline, man. And I hope Riley Price has a good game as well. I just want to mention that too. The son of Stephen Price. He's been around for a long time now in the juniors, man, and we're going to get a fair dinkum look at him this weekend. So everybody that's joined in the chat, just coming in late there, Boat, g'day mate, you're a brand new subscriber. Thank you so much.
He's a legend.
He's been around a bit now, hadn't he? And CJ, Nick, thank you so much for joining me again tonight. It's been a really nice chat. Thank you. To everyone that's watched, thank you very much. Adios, everybody. Take care.
Up the Cowboys.